Thank you so much guys for sending me a lot of best wishes for my health. I'm doing much better now, so back to business. So of late I'm seeing a lot of repetitive queries, questions on email in the comment section, which I keep responding repeatedly. It keeps increasing my work, so I've decided that I'll do a few Q&A videos for the most frequently asked questions on my channel so that others can take benefit from those replies. So the questions you'll get answers to are: can a BTech fresher directly become a business analyst without doing MBA? Is data annotation job same as data analyst job? Is there any difference? Cloud computing versus data analyst versus data science, which of them has better future prospect? Means which has better future growth? Does data analyst job requires high level of maths or programming? Also, does good communication skill is a must-have for data analyst role? And the last question that I picked to answer is a really quick one. I don't know why, but a lot of people send me this question, that which resume format is best, Word format or PDF format, while hunting for jobs. So let's start discussing them one by one. And the number one on the list is: can a BTech fresher become a business analyst directly, like without MBA? Well, a short answer to this is no, you cannot be. But yes, there exists an indirect way that you can use to be a business analyst. But I suggest that to those people who just cannot afford to do masters. Otherwise, I'll suggest to do your masters MBA before you pursue for this role. And there is a reason for that. The business analyst job role needs you to have a business acumen. You need to know how the entire company functions, how the business is run, the basics of that. And in engineering, we are not taught any of that, not even 1%. So it's good for you as a person to grow in that field, that you have your MBA, because that will give you the base that is required for being a business analyst. And the alternate way, the indirect way that I was talking about, is that you first start as a technical developer or any technical role that you pick. You can even consider becoming a data analyst, and then you move internally in an organization after a year or 1.5 years, whenever the opportunity knocks, because that's the time frame most company keeps to let you move to another role, like internal movement. That much time is required, so you can take that route. That is a very indirect route, but yes, that exists and people do move with that as well. So that is one way. So moving to our second question, which is data annotation job same as data analyst job? And the answer is no, they are very different jobs. In fact, data analyst is all about fetching the data trend, data stories that data is representing, but data annotation is a job where you label the data, you label the data set. It's kind of categorization that you do, like you have to label each data set as per their tag, whatever their categorization is. Like, look at this picture, this will give you some idea. So here each image or video is labeled as per their proper format. For supervised machine learning, labeled data sets are required so that machine can easily and clearly understand the input patterns. So this is used in machine learning kind of projects, and it is highly important to label these data sets. So data annotation is that job. It is nowhere related to data analysis, because that's altogether a different profile. And if you wish to learn in depth about that, I've already done a video, so you can tune into this to know more about data analysis. Okay, so answering our next question, which is cloud computing versus data analysis versus data science, which has better future growth? Okay guys, so the thumb rule to know which profile will have good career growth and which not, the thumb rule is that you have to compare it with the current trends that you're seeing in the industry. You can do it by yourself. I'll explain you how. Like, for example, we all as an industry or as a society in a whole, we are moving towards online business. Moving everything online means we'll have more data footprints to be captured, to be stored, to be managed, to be analyzed, to be secured. So every single job that involves and revolves around these activities related to data, whether it's securing it, managing it, analyzing it, will have a good future. So cloud computing or your data analyst or data science, every single one of them has a good future growth. So answering our next question, does data analyst job require high level of maths? No, it does not require you to be a really high level math champ or expert. It does not require that, and I have already talked about it in this video in detail, so go check that out if you want to know more about being a data analyst. And also another question is communication skill a must have, good communication skill a must have for data analyst job? And the answer is yes, absolutely, because being a data analyst, you are required to share the story that data is telling, whatever trend that data is telling. You have to represent that to somebody, whether it to some team which will use that information to find out further results to work on, or you are representing it to management people directly who want to know what's happening with their business or data simply. So you are supposed to communicate that very effectively. So there are two things. One, you yourself have to understand clearly what data is telling. That is one thing. Second is you have to effectively communicate what you understood from that data to the other person. That's very important. So if you have only the communication skill but you don't understand what data is telling, then also it will not fly. So it's a combination of both. And many a times in MNCs, what happens is the people with whom you are sharing all these details are not from the same country. So it's become more important for you to have command over language, whatever language you are using. It's very important that you are able to articulate your thoughts, whatever you judge from that data. You should be able to put that out in that language, and they should be able to understand what you're talking. So yes, communication skill is important for being a data analyst. In fact, it's important for all kind of analysis job, because once you are done with your analysis, you are supposed to convey that. You are supposed to represent it to somebody, right? So if you are not good with your communication, how will you do that effectively? So that's important. Okay, so now moving on to our last question on the list, which is which format of resume is best while job hunting, a Word or a PDF format? Answer of it depends on for what purpose you're using that document. If you are sending it to a recruiter directly over email, you're sending it to a friend, to a manager, to somebody over email, or you're sending it to me, please don't send. But I mean, if you're sending it to a person over email, then a PDF is the best version, because it will not mess up the formatting that you have done. But if you are using that document to feed into some system, maybe the job portal like Naukri.com, Indeed, LinkedIn, or you are uploading it onto the site of any company, then use Word format, because it is more readable. System will not miss out on any keywords. And when you're putting your resume into any system, you don't want the system to miss any single keyword that's there in your resume, which can hint the system that you are the capable person for that role. So make sure when you are sending it over email to somebody, do a PDF. When you are feeding into some system, do Word format. That will be more effective. With that, we came to the end of this video, guys. Do let me know how did you like this Q&A format of video where I answer few of your questions in my videos. You keep on watching more content on this channel to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.